Hello, thank you for watching my YouTube video. Today on my YouTube video I am featuring the Kodak Scanza digital film scanner. Now, I have a previous video showing some of the features of the Kodak Scanza digital film scanner, and I would recommend that you watch it. And its title is Pleasing Results Digitizing 35mm Slides Using Kodak Scanza. And I was pleased with the results that I got from the Kodak Scanza. And I did get some questions asked after watching this video. Somebody had sent me questions through the YouTube channel, and there was 3 questions. How big is the actual file? Do you need to do any color correction? And what about dust and scratch concealment? Now we're going to turn on the Scanza digital film scanner. You need to hit the turn on button. Now when this is turned on and it's hooked up to a flat screen TV, the little screen does not come on. Now if it were not hooked up, and it doesn't have to be, you would see what you're seeing here on the little screen here, and it was very plain, and even though it's a small screen you could read it and use the features. Why don't we just go through and go to the features that we want to look for is the file size, and let's just scan over to film type, resolution, and we hit the right hand button to scan over to that, and then the center button when you want to select one. Now it ends up with 22M, and that's 22 megapixel resolution. Push the arrow at the bottom, and that would be controlled by this right hand button. It'll take us to 14 megapixels, and that's megapixels. And I want to distinguish megapixels from megabyte. Now we're going to go look at the file size after we do the 14 megapixel scan, and we're going to do a 22 megapixel scan. Now we're going to go ahead and push the center button in to select 14 megapixels, and then we hit the center button again. It's in the center here. It seems like a logical conclusion, and it lets us see the screen. Now these will fade away, the top and the bottom, when I put it. Okay, and you slide the 35mm slide in and put the tray in, and it will stop. You can continue to push it in or move the slide around. If you wanted to make some micro adjustments, you could. Okay, we were left at the resolution of 14 megapixel. So what we do, we push the little camera graphic here, and it says saving, so it has scanned that picture. Now we want to go back to home, and we're going to scan over to setting again. It ends up on resolution by pushing the right hand to scroll over, and we'll push the center button on resolution. Then we'll push the right hand button over to 22 megapixels. Okay, then we'll hit the center button to select that, and then we'll hit the camera icon again, and the picture comes up again. Now I'm scanning the same picture over at the 22 megapixel resolution, and I want to read what it says in the in the Kodak manual about this resolution. And it says, select resolution from the settings menu. We showed you how to do that. You can choose between the standard 14 megapixel scan or enable the built-in software interpolation, which through a specialized algorithm enhances the image quality to 22 megapixels. Now, I cannot explain that in technical terms to you. However, I can show you and I will be showing you in just a minute or two what the difference of the 2 resolutions are when I take the SD card out of the back of this and enter it into my computer, putting it on the timeline and showing you the actual 2 different pictures. It's the 2 different resolutions. But now I need to scan this one, and it said save. Okay, so we have done that, and we're going to, like I say, put it into the editor, and we're going to watch the video, watch the YouTube video until we come to this point, and we will show you. By then, I will have taken the SD card and put it in and copied that file directly to my timeline. So when you see it back on the screen, you will see, frankly, and I will tell you that I have played that file back through my editor onto a 60-inch, a large screen TV, and I could not perceive any difference in the picture quality. But maybe some people could, but I could not. So that is the one feature. Now the other feature is, do you need to do any color correction? Okay, for color correction, what we will do is hit the center button and it brings up color adjustment. Now, color adjustment, in my opinion, is not the same thing as color correction. They're actually two different things, but you can make adjustments. Let's say you thought it, just personally, you felt like it was a little too blue. So you have brightness control, and then you can control the RGB by pushing this button, going to red and green and then blue. Okay, now a number of times I have taken out some of the blue because I thought it was a little strong, and by scrolling down to the blue, and it says save and back, and it's got blue at the top. Okay, we can go into that feature. We're into that feature right now, and we can use these buttons on the right and left to either take blue out, okay, and you can, I don't know if you can see, or add blue in. Now, of course, the center is what its default is, okay. So we added blue. When it goes to the end, it comes all the way over, back over here. But anyway, we added blue here, and then we took blue out here. And then if we wanted to save it at that, which is not appealing to me, I'm going to take it back to the center and then hit save. Now, when we hit this one up here, it doesn't scan the picture again. So the little icon, the picture of the little camera icon is what actually you can scan the picture with into your file. Okay, so let's just say, well, we wanted to, you could reset it then if you wanted to. Let's say red. Let's say we wanted to select red, so we select red, and let's say we wanted to add red. Okay, you can go and add red, and you can go and take red out. Okay, don't like that either. So I'm going back to the center, and then you can scroll down to green, and you can do the same thing with green. So RGB, red, green, and blue, are your basic adjustments. But these are not what I would call color corrections. These are simply adjustments. So, so we're in the green, and I'm going back to the center again, and I'm just going to save. I'm going to save by hitting, you're going to have to hit the camera to save it, but you have to hit it twice when you're in a control mode. You have to hit the camera once to get out of the control mode, and another time to save it. So we have saved the two pictures, and I have just shown you how to do the color adjustments using the Kodak Scanza. Now the other question is, what about dust and scratch concealment? Now I'm just going to tell you, I am personally amazed because I have used other devices to scan in 35mm slides, and they seem to show dust and scratch readily. I don't know what computer program they use or whatever software they had developed, but to my opinion, and I'll be honest, I have scanned in using the Kodak Scanza digital film scanner, which I was not given by Kodak. I actually wanted to scan in my own slides, and I wanted them to look good, and I've used other things, and I've never been satisfied until I came to the Kodak Scanza. But it does, in my opinion, I'll be quite honest, a miraculous job in getting rid of scratches and flaws in the pictures. And I don't know, it's almost like magic compared to what I came from and when working with slides on other equipment. So let me just say that there's no features that I'm aware of that you go into to do scratch or dust. Now, obviously, if there's obvious things on the slide when you hold it up and you can see, then you would want to wipe it off with a nice lint-free cloth. But you might want to wipe off the front and back. But outside of that, I have scanned in thousands, over 2,000 slides using this Kodak Scanza digital Scanza. And I was amazed from the very start that the picture quality was so much better than what I was getting. And then I was again amazed that what scratches I would have normally have noticed through other devices appeared to be gone. So the only thing I would strongly recommend is that you might want to look at your slides and see if they need dusting off the top and bottom, if they've been in an environment where dust could get on them, or any other, if you splash something on it, that could be wiped off. But outside of that, that answers these three questions. And I do want to say thank you for watching my YouTube video, and I want to ask you to please subscribe to my channel, and I'll be making other YouTube videos. And frankly, I have a number of YouTube videos on my channel that deal with media and how to transfer other items, such as your old VHS tape to DVD, your old reel-to-reel audio recordings to audio CD, and your old home movies film to DVD. So thank you again, and please subscribe to my channel.